Cyclone Chido has made landfall as an intense tropical cyclone, bringing with it very heavy winds and rain. UNICEF is concerned about the immediate impacts of this cyclone, the loss of life, the damage to schools, to people's homes, to healthcare facilities. We're also worried about the longer-term impacts, children potentially being cut off from learning for weeks on end, people unable to get access to healthcare, and the potential spread of waterborne diseases like cholera and malaria.
Hi, and today we're going to talk about climate change.
Good afternoon, everyone. It is our pleasure to welcome you all to the Pale Blue Dot program.
We are here to celebrate the International Day of Clean Energy, created as a call for action to the transition to clean energy.
As our speakers present their talks on different environmental issues, we'll have the opportunity to learn more about the importance of preserving the planet we call home.
We would like to invite our teacher, Margarida Costa, the director of Agrupamento de Escolas Cidade, Entroncamento, to come up on stage.
Olá, boa tarde. É sempre um gosto estar aqui nestas atividades e nestas iniciativas. Hoje vão ser duas vezes que vão ver eu a ser apanhada em falso. Foi esta, que não era suposto eu vir ao palco, e é daqui a pouco, a falar inglês. Tenham um bocadinho de misericórdia, está bem? Porque eu também vou aparecer a falar. Portanto, estou um bocadinho preocupada com essa situação. Devo-vos dizer que vocês têm que dar valor ao que têm e devem dar valor a professores como aqueles que têm hoje aqui ao vosso lado a ajudar-vos nesta concretização deste trabalho. São professores que dão o melhor que podem dar. Não são 45 minutos de aulas, não é a correção de um teste, não é sequer tirar uma dúvida. Dão-vos aquilo que têm de mais valioso, dão-vos o tempo deles. Tempo podiam estar em família, tempo podiam estar em lazer, tempo podiam estar a descansar. Despendem do seu tempo, desse tempo, para vós. E vocês devem no valorizar. Talvez hoje não o sintam, daqui a uns anos acreditem que vão perceber que aquilo que podemos dar quando gostamos das pessoas, o melhor que lhes podemos dar é tempo, o nosso tempo. E que como hoje estamos aqui pelo ambiente e pela terra, espero também que dediquem do vosso, desde já, desde cedo e sem atrasos, o vosso tempo ao nosso planeta que tanto precisa. Dediquem-lhes um bocadinho de cada um, uma ação, uma atitude, uma atenção, vai fazer pelo planeta muito mais do que aquilo que vocês possam imaginar. Despendam o vosso tempo da melhor maneira, deem-no às melhores pessoas. Tornem-se melhores para o mundo. Muito obrigada. É um prazer.
Today, we have with us several speakers who are going to share 6 documentaries they have made.
To begin with, we are going to watch the documentary, Climate Change, Is It Real?
George Pires, an 11th grade student of class BLH, will be presenting this talk.
Diana Neves, a 10th grade student of class ALH, Eva Violant, a 9th grade student of class E, and Rafaela Marçal, an 11th grade student of class CLH, will be reading poems they wrote.
To talk about climate change. So, the first question is, what is climate change and why is it happening? How do human activities contribute to global warming? What are greenhouse gases and how do they affect the planet? Real-life impacts. We all know that climate change presents us with daily challenge to face. So, how has climate change affected our daily life? What actions are being taken to combat climate change? What role do individuals play in solving this crisis? We all know, or at least we shouldn't be aware, that there is no planet B. So, what is your message to the world about climate change? Climate change is global warming caused by human activities like burning fossil fuels and deforestation. Human activities release greenhouse gases, trapping heat and causing global warming. Greenhouse gases trap heat, causing global warming. Climate change affects our daily lives with extreme weather, rising temperatures, and threatens the food and health. Combating climate change requires reducing emissions, using clean energy, and protecting forests. We can reduce energy use, recycle, support sustainability, and raise awareness. The planet needs us. Let's act now to ensure a sustainable future.
Has been part of our life. The consequences are badly the temperature has risen 1.5 degrees since the 19th century via the Industrial Revolution. The consequences are badly for life on Earth, such as hurricanes, tornadoes, wildfires, droughts, and floods. We have a few examples, such as in Australia, Valencia, Pedrógão Grande, Mozambique, and currently in California. What are the causes? For starters, the greenhouse effect. Too much CO2 trapped into the atmosphere because of the excessive use of fossil fuels. Why don't we walk to school instead of using the car? The 2010s was the warmest decade in history. We saw an increase of 2 Celsius degrees, and it caused a negative impact onto the natural environment and human health. Also, heat waves killed a lot of people, and including in Portugal, deforestation. Cutting trees to make new roads or to make profits is not an intelligent policy. Also, the production of oxygen is decreasing. The growing use of chemical fertilizers for agriculture is very bad. The increasing of the livestock farming should be taken into consideration because both cows and sheep are the largest producers of methane gas. We are 8,000 billion of people in the planet. Our food habits must change. We have to make a global, massive effort. It's up to us to make a change for good. Also, I'm not finished. I ain't finished. I'm not finished. I'm not finished. Also, do more to help the planet, or when we're done, there won't be anything left to rule.
Hello. Good afternoon. Today I'll be reading a poem that I wrote. I had a friend whose name was Tree. It's a weird name, I know, but she was very dear to me. She was always there, never judging, never complaining. My friend Tree had a dream, and in it we lived in a happy and healthy world. We were free of jealousy, hate, and shame. But one day, my friend disappeared, and in our spot was a cut bark. I called her name, and for her I screamed. And yet she never answered. She had been stolen from me. So quietly, like a breeze late at night. Deep inside I know she put up a fight. I hope she wasn't lonely. I wish I could be there, because to me she was lovely. In the end, I will never know. What I do know is that she made me feel alive, and now she's gone.
The earth's cry, the forest falls, its trees laid bare, the homes of life, now empty air. The rivers darken, filled with waste, their flowing waters lost to haste. The skies grow heavy, thick with gray, the sun hides further every day. The oceans rise, their balance broken, a warning clear, though left unspoken. Fields are burning, land runs dry, yet we ignore the planet's cry. The ice is melting, worlds decay, still we turn our eyes away. But even now, the earth holds on, a fragile hope, not yet all gone. We have the chance to change the end, to heal, to grow, to make amends. Will we act before it's late, or seal the planet's tragic fate? Each choice we make, each step we take, decides the future we will make. The heart is speaking, loud and clear. The time to act is now, not near.
Hello everyone, my name is Rafaela, and today I'm going to present a poem that I wrote about this current problematic situation that our society has been putting on. The trees once were alive. The rivers ran, the birds would fly. What happened to that world we knew? When did we decide to break it in two? Now, the trees are gone, the river's dry, and the birds don't fly. And we just watch, asking why. When the last one falls, what will we have left? When the earth has given all, what should we regret? Did you really think this would last? Did you really think we could take and take without paying for the damage we caused? But it's still time to fix our mistakes. When the last one falls, what will you say? Will you finally open your eyes and try to change the way? Thank you.
Some 11th grade students have tried to understand what is the present environmental situation in our area. Gilles Fradique, an 11th grade student of class ACT, is now going to present his documentary, My Local Reality, The Good and the Bad.
Welcome on stage.
Torres Novas, with its 18,000 inhabitants, belongs to the district of Santarém. Founded in 1190, it contains great historical monuments, such as the castle where King Sancho I once lived, the Roman ruins of Villa Cardillo, the various churches and chapels, among others. In this town, which is not very well known, there is the only police school in the country, where every year hundreds of aspirants gather to take the oath to the flag. On the surface, it appears to be a town just built there, but there is a reason for its location. It was built around the river, the Almonda River, with the aim of harnessing the water to improve agriculture. Today, this river is still useful, being used by various industries to generate energy or even for sport fishing events.
The Almonda River rises in the Secundário. It runs through the interior of Torres Novas. Its country faces serious challenges such as pollution.
A zona montante da cidade está relativamente bem preservada, ou seja, a nível da qualidade da água está mais bem preservada. Os problemas começam essencialmente da cidade para até ao polo do quilômetro.
This river can be considered as the heart of the city. Despite this, people should treat with this respect, not caring about what is for everyone.
O uso que nós demos ao rio durante 40 anos ou mais está aqui refletido. Temos zonas ainda cheias de plástico, cheias de tecido, de tudo. O rio sempre foi o tardós de nossa casa. Se deitares para o rio, a água leva, levou, deixaste de ver, deixou de ser um problema teu.
Mas passa a ser um problema de todos.
É um problema de todos.
Its condition is what made the city all cover the job of river keeper. But what does it do?
O que é que um guarda-rios faz no município de Torres Novas? Para além de fiscalização, faz trabalho operacional também. Faz limpeza de linhas de água, faz manutenção e a sua renaturalização. Porque a ideia é tu não fazeres trabalhos repetitivos recorrentemente.
But it's not easy to control the human actions. Many are not informed for the dangers of certain actions.
É fácil alguém cometer um ilícito ou alguém cometer algo que tenha um impacto negativo muito grande na qualidade da água do rio e nas espécies que nela habitam. É relativamente fácil. Por isso isto torna fácil e difícil de controlar se alguém comete alguma ação, porque isso vai ter ao rio.
Da não sensibilidade das pessoas quando fazemos uma casa, e parece que não tem impacto nenhum, mas tem. Quando fazemos uma casa e pomos a água da chuva toda a entrar para o saneamento. O que é que acontece quando chove, quando tem episódios de chuva repentina? Sobrecarregamos o sistema, vamos contaminar as nossas hectares. A hectare não tem capacidade, porque levou com um volume absurdo de água e vai entrar em colapso e mandar tudo direto para o rio. E isso não pode acontecer.
And there is one of the problems. Raising awareness is one of the most important steps to achieve environmental sustainability. Having help from citizens is crucial to the improvement in water quality in the river.
Só se conhecendo se pode proteger o Almonda. E garantidamente temos, como vós, que não conhecem ainda, muitos cidadãos de Torres Novas conhecem muito pouco do rio.
The Almonda River has been suffering from the irresponsible actions of local populations, which have been progressively degraded it, a situation that raises concern as it disrupts the dynamics of the ecosystems that depend on it. However, despite this, the Torres Nova City Council has begun adopting and implementing measures not only to address the current problems, but also to make the river less susceptible to such issues in the future.
A Câmara faz escolhas em 7 pontos do rio Almonda 2 vezes por ano, para permitir conhecer como é que vai variando e qual é a qualidade da água do rio nesses 2 períodos.
To further encourage the preservation of the river, an ecological corridor was created.
O corredor ecológico une 2 áreas importantes do conceito de Torres Novas, que é o quilombo e a Serra da Área Candeeiros, e realmente manter a qualidade do rio e das suas margens em condições é realmente importante para que realmente seja um corredor ecológico.
The City Hall also tries to encourage the young ones with activities and other projects.
É importante, e nós temos feito, seja através da biblioteca, seja também na parte de divisão de ambiente, realizamos ações contínuas junto às escolas sobre vários temas, seja sobre o rio, seja sobre os resíduos.
However, most of these projects aren't conducted by the City Hall, but by teachers. Only having in mind the future of our world, they do their best to raise awareness to those who like it, to those who just don't care, and they try to give motive to these students.
Como conseguem envolver os alunos em temas ambientais, especialmente quando são tão jovens?
O mais importante é levá-los a conhecer. Eu acredito seriamente que quem conhece ama e quem ama cuida. E, portanto, levá-los aos sítios, envolvê-lo é a principal estratégia.
Do these projects incentivize children to take actions to help improve our environment quality and reduce our pollution?
Eles vão evoluir com vocês. Provavelmente não irão evoluir muito comigo. Irão evoluir mais com vocês. Os projetos são dos meus alunos. São eles que têm a responsabilidade de fazer e são eles que se comprometem a fazer. Portanto, a evolução vai decorrer naturalmente daquilo que vocês forem capazes de dar. Porque são vocês que os fazem. Eu gostaria de acreditar que a próxima geração vai ser muito melhor do que a minha, em termos de compromisso ambiental. O que é que eu diria às gerações futuras? É isso? O rio Almonda é um exemplo de resiliência. Quando o rio chegava à cidade, perdia imensa qualidade ao nível da qualidade da água. E ele ganhava novamente qualidade quando atravessava o povo do Buquilobo. Quando chegava à Foz, quando chegava ao Rio Tejo, ia muito melhor. Portanto, tal como um rio, nós devemos conseguir sempre melhorar aquilo que encontramos. É isso, ser resilientes e melhorar aquilo que encontramos.
And remember, changes take time. We need to take a step at a time, step by step. We'll get there eventually.
There are 2 ways to see the world. Some see it as what they want it to be, and some see it for what it really is. The world we live in has been progressively degrading, not only due to what we have done, but because of our ignorance, our refusal to see it as it truly is. Let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was this lumberjack who always did the same thing. He woke up, ate, and went to cut trees with his axe. The very next day, the very same thing. Woke up, ate, and then cut trees. The next day, the same thing. Woke up, ate, cut trees, and so on. What's the problem with this? Well, you may argue that his actions were pointless because the trees would just grow back. However, The real issue is that the lumberjack never took a day off to sharpen his axe, never improved his methods, never changed his ways. And that's exactly what's wrong with society nowadays. Albert Einstein once said, insanity is doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results. Now, this applies perfectly in environmental issues. Most people continue with their devastating habits, like polluting, wasting resources, ignoring climate change, without realizing that these actions are pushing the world closer to disaster. But the real problem isn't just what we have done, but our refusal to change our ways. There is a lack of sensitivity, of awareness when it comes to the environment, as if people believe that the earth will somehow fix itself. It won't. It never will. However, it's not all bad. Fortunately, there are people and organizations that recognize the urgency of this issue. Across the world, environmental projects, awareness campaigns are being carried out to persuade individuals into taking action. Whether it's through reforestation programs, renewable energy initiatives, or even waste reduction movements, efforts are being made to change our ways. These actions represent hope, the possibility that we can somehow fix our mistakes before it's too late. But hope alone is not enough. If we truly want to see change, we must sharpen our axe. We must adapt, rethink our habits, commit to protecting our planet Earth before irreversible damage is done. The choice is in our hands. Continue ignoring reality, or finally opening our eyes and act.
An issue that threatens our existence, believe it or not, is consumerism.
To understand how critical it is to be a mindful and responsible consumer and to promote sustainability, we are now going to invite the 11th grade students, Leonor Bell and Leah Claro, of class CLH, to present the documentary Consumerism and Sustainability.
What is this? It looks nice. I already have a hairbrush, whatever. The other one was getting old anyway. And what else do we have? Ooh, a shampoo that makes your hair shinier. Oh my god, yes! Everyone has been using this one. I will also be taking this. Oh, and this too. I love the smell of vanilla.
What you just saw was a small example of what our daily shopping usually looks like. We go to the supermarket to grab the essentials we need, but end up leaving with our cart overflowing with useless things that we're probably only going to use once and then never touch them again. Summing all this up in one word, this is called consumerism.
Consumerism is an economical and social system that favors excessive consumption. But let's not mistake consumerism with consumption. The difference between them is consumption means acquiring only the necessary for our survival, while on the other hand, consumerism means making unnecessary expenses in unnecessary things. Now quoting a phrase that illustrates this reality very well, We buy things we don't want with money we don't have to impress people we don't like.
What do you think about this?
This habit of ours originated some time ago with the Industrial Revolution. As we know, it brought us many advantages that changed our lives for the better. For example, increased production. But since everything can't always be good, it also brought us disadvantages. For example, the increase in production made people have increased needs, and to fulfill them, there was an overexploration of natural resources that had a negative impact in the environment.
And so, we reach our second problem. With each item we consume, there is an ecological footprint that we don't always see. Deforestation and pollution increase with each purchase we make. There is still a way out of this. And so we see lots of people and companies adopting sustainability as a way to help the planet and fight against consumerism. From conscious consumption to the creation of recyclable products.
The future of our planet depends on the choices we make today. By consuming consciously, we can reduce our impact and endure a more sustainable world for future generations.
Swallow your ego and egoism. It's time to win consumerism.
Hi everyone!
I am Leah.
And I'm Leonor. As you all know, we're living in a consumerist society with very persuasive strategies to catch our attention to buy things. Obviously, we all like to purchase new items, such as clothes, gadgets, and even food, for example. It's part of our daily lives.
But I agree with you, but do we really need to constantly buy more and more? Personally, I don't think so. I know there are things that are hard to resist. That's why we should look away and resist the temptation, or else it will just be another stab in our wallets.
Yes, that's right. We should all think about changing our consumer habits. A very important step is to buy only what you need. I know that can be a hard task. I myself come across that challenge every day, but we have to start somewhere. I guess you all agree with me.
I see what you mean. For example, if I go to the supermarket, it's better for me to plan my shopping list with things I really need. That's a positive start.
Indeed it is. Also, try not to use your credit card so often. Keep it safe at home and use the money you have in your purse.
That's another good idea. I'm gonna start doing that.
Me too. We should all realize that the more we consume, the more we're causing great damage to our planet and its sustainability.
Sustainability is an emergency for our beautiful planet. Otherwise, it will only be a pale blue dot in the immense universe.
And that's not what we want. What we want is to live in a healthy, safe, and shiny world.
You know, people, I'm sure we all know that we need to act immediately to change our habits.
For sure. Remember, there is no planet B. Well, we would like to finish our presentation quoting a phrase from David Suzuki from the Foundation One Nature, where he says, "We need to slow down and appreciate what really matters in life. Time in nature, time with family and friends, and time to pursue our own interests."
Thank you.
Keep our planet safe.
Thank you.
Um bocadinho mais para cima.
Tá bom.
Activists have been trying to move the world for years by moving minds. Without them, this celebration wouldn't exist, and even our existence would be at risk.
Talking about activists, we all have heard about Greta Thunberg, a teenager who would give her life for nature and defend it at all costs.
Today, Leonor Fernandes, a 10th grade student of class ALH, is going to interview Diana Neves, our Greta Thunberg, who has kindly accepted the invitation to join us.
After the interview, Antonio, an 11th grade student from class BLH, is going to present his documentary, Environmental Activism, a Lost Cause.
Please give Leonor Fernandes and Diana Neves a round of applause.
Hi everyone. Today I'm interviewing Greta Thunberg, one of the most influential activists in the world right now. Firstly, we'd like to get an introduction from you, Greta.
Hello, thank you for having me in this interview. My name is Greta Thunberg. I was born on the 3rd of January of 2003 in Stockholm, Sweden.
So, Greta, tell us how you got so interested in this fight for the environment at such a young age.
When I was 15 years old, I started hearing about climate change, and so I decided to participate in a strike for the environment, where I stood in front of my city's parliament in hopes they would help us with our climate cause. After that, I created a project called Fridays for Future, which quickly gathered more and more people, even extending to other countries such as Belgium and the United Kingdom.
Out of all the noble causes, why the environment?
Well, when I started hearing about it, I wondered why so little was being done. It is our home, after all. And I find that I only truly speak when I find it necessary. So I asked myself, why are politicians not helping our planet? I think we should all participate and take action because it is our only planet and there is no planet B.
How did you find motivation to start fighting for your cause?
Well, creating Fridays for Future definitely got me some recognition, which motivated me to aim higher, although everything started when I was diagnosed with Asperger's syndrome, which is a form of autism. My diagnosis gave me strength to start protesting and gave me a sense of motivation. If I wasn't so different, maybe I wouldn't have started the school strike or stood in front of the parliament or even created the project Fridays for Future.
What effect did your activism have on the world?
I think I ended up motivating a lot of other young people, which is great. We need as much people as we can to help our planet. My goal is to bring as much awareness to this problem as we can, because it's something that needs to be solved as quickly as possible.
You have already given lots of speeches and received awards. What does it all mean to you?
Well, I have already received a few awards, such as the Special Prize for Climate Protection or Youngest Person of the Year in 2019, and I have also given some notable speeches, such as the United Nations Climate Summit, also in 2019. But I think my activism journey is not really a motive of praise. I think my fellow activists and me don't really need said praise. What we need is for the government to stop giving us praise for doing something that they should be doing.
What are the issues we have to work on more?
There are a lot of issues to work on. Air pollution causes millions of premature deaths every day. The temperature is increasing and there are whole ecosystems dying because of it. I believe we should start worrying more about doing what is up to us, such as using renewable energy or adopting electrical means of transport, adopting veganism, or doing something as simple as recycling. Anything we can do to help the planet is welcome.
What would you say is your key message to the world right now?
If I had to sum up my whole cause, it would be this. Don't listen to politicians, because most of them don't think about the power of their actions. You don't even have to listen to activists like me. What I do want is for you to listen to the climate scientists and act according to what they say. Because if we start taking action as a whole, I can assure you our world will quickly become a better place for us to live.
Well, thank you for this interview, Greta. What you've been doing for us and for the environment is truly notable, and I hope we can work on changing our ways into turning planet Earth into a clean and diverse home for us.
Well, Leonor, the pleasure is all mine.
Hi, today we are here in the Secundário of Entroncamento asking people if environmental activism is a lost cause. Today we are here with Jorge. So, Jorge, do you think it's a lost cause?
No.
Why?
Because if people become aware of this situation and if the effort gets more importance on the paper, it will not be a lost cause.
I understand. So, do you recycle or anything like that, the 5 hours?
Yeah, sorta. The thingies you can open if you open Campbell's if you open a Coca-Cola or a bottle of water to another bottle of water, but huge to give to help a person in another zone in this district.
I understand. Today we are here in the School of Entroncamento with
Diego Salvador Sanca.
Okay, Diego, do you believe that environmental activism is a lost cause?
Kind of, because today's world is really corrupted, you know. People right now are just killing each other, and it's not for a good reason, you know. So if you associate that with climate changes, you can see how this is going to go, you know.
But do you believe if we all come together to help each other understand this problem, we can, resolve it?
The problem is us reuniting with each other. That's not going to happen. We are all just, I don't know, we don't like to, like each other, you know, be with each other and reunite each other to solve this, you know. I just don't think that is not possible.
So you don't recycle, nothing like that, right?
No, I recycle, but I don't think that in the end my efforts will pay off.
I understand. But boa tarde. Hoje estamos aqui na Escola Secundária de Entroncamento a fazer questões a pessoas. Hoje estamos aqui com
Pedro, assistente operacional da Escola Secundária.
Senhor Pedro, o senhor faz algum tipo de reciclagem, algum tipo de ativismo ambiental?
Todo o tipo de reciclagem, desde cartão, plástico, vidro, produtos também que são específicos, como lâmpadas fluorescentes e essas coisas que são depositadas em sítios próprios. E pronto, tem que ser, porque o futuro precisa de muita reciclagem.
Estou a perceber. E este barquinho aqui que o senhor fez?
Isso foi uma ocupação de tempos livres, com a utilização de madeira da escola, papel e cartolina também da escola, tudo material da escola, reciclável. Inclusive, mudando um bocadinho o assunto, mas do mesmo assunto, sim. Até estou a pensar em mudar de carro para um carro elétrico, por causa da poluição dos automóveis, que também é um mal muito grande.
Faz muito bem o senhor. Agora aqui a última pergunta. Tem alguma mensagem para a geração futura?
Tenho uma mensagem que os mais novos têm que pensar no futuro, porque se não fizer uma boa reciclagem e reduzir aí os gases poluentes, vão ter um futuro muito pior. Portanto, acho que eles devem apostar na reciclagem como deve ser.
Concordo plenamente. Good afternoon, everyone. Hoping everyone is having a nice evening. So, environmental activism, the question, is it a lost cause? Before we answer it, we need to understand what environmental activism is. Environmental activism is the aid of individuals or groups that help to protect the planet. Now, a lot of people think environmental activism is a lost cause and it isn't worth it, we're all doomed. But that's not true. There's this Portuguese expression that says, grão a grão enche galinha ao papo. We believe that for environmental activism. The single act of picking up a piece of trash you see on the floor can have a massive impact on the world around you. Another reason is that there is no planet B. We need to preserve our planet to the maximum. Now I'm going to list a few things that you can do to help save the planet. Like it was shown on the documentary, you can follow the 5 R's. Bring awareness to the situation, talk to your colleagues, friends, family, everyone that you know to help us save the planet. Shop wisely, don't buy into fast fashion, anything of that stuff. And be informed by trustful sources. Environmental activism has changed a lot during the years, for better or for worse. In the beginning years of environmental activism, there was movements like Greenpeace and many others, which was much coordinated than they are now. Now, people just pick up a can of foods or paint and throw into a politician or an art piece they see in a museum in a desperate way to call for attention for this problem. Is there a reason for this? Yes. One reason could be social media, because to its difficult way to stick out information to the other people, it's not the best way to do it. The ends doesn't justify the means. That's what I'm trying to say over here. We are the future. Statistics show that people around the age group of 16 to 25 are the most worried about the future of our planet. Greta Thunberg is one of the most popular young activists of our generation, being a voice, being recognized by The Guardian and many other journals, and also being the leader of the Fridays for the Future movement. People always say they'll start having a more eco-friendly life the next day, tomorrow, always, not in the day. Well, they don't realize that if we don't start taking actions now, there isn't going to be a tomorrow. That's it.
A baby's cry. Hey, Mom. I wonder if one day I will get to grow old and walk among the fields of gold and hear the stories of long ago when you would play with the snow. Stories of the great plains and mighty forests sitting on your knees, and marvel at the wondrous beauty of the lilies dancing in the breeze. Will I get to see the endless pace of seasons going by and hear the early summer nightingale's song nearby? Or see in the endless icy seas the polar bears roaming in search of their prey with freezing winds blowing? Will I have the chance to travel the world and see before my own eyes so much beauty unfold? Fields of sunflowers standing bright and bold, seeking the light under the sun made of gold. A little busy bee leaving its hive, a humble sparrow chirping, so alive. There's so much I want to see. There's so much life in me. Please, dear Mom, Take good care of my home, will you? Don't waste it. Don't ruin it as though there's only you. You too were once a baby sleeping in your mother's womb. You too dreamed of embracing the whole world, I presume. Will I get to see tigers and lions in the wild? My future lies in your hands, as I'm only a child. I know you love me, and you do care for me, but I won't make it out there if you don't let me be.
We all talk about environmental problems, but not as much as their solutions. We all look to a brighter future, but expect that it happens by itself.
Thinking about that, Diogo Rodrigues and Gonçalo Conchinha, two 11th grade students of class ACSE, worked on the documentary Environmental Solutions.
Right after, Love Song to the Earth will be performed by Leonor Fernandes and Patricia Lacerda.
As global environmental challenges intensify, finding effective solutions is crucial for ensuring a sustainable future. From climate change to biodiversity loss, various strategies can refute these issues and promote ecological balance. In this presentation, we will explore 4 innovative environmental solutions that address key challenges while promoting sustainability and resilience.
Renewable energy comes from natural sources that keep refreshing. This includes solar, wind, water and geothermal energy. Switching from fossil fuels to these green energy sources is key to cutting down greenhouse gases and fighting climate change. For example, solar panels turn sunlight into electricity. This electricity can power homes, businesses and factories. Wind turbines use the wind to produce electricity, which help us rely less on fossil fuels. By using these technologies, we can make a cleaner and better energy system for everyone.
Sustainable agriculture focuses on producing food in a way that is environmentally friendly, economically viable, and socially responsible. This practice includes methods such as organic farming, crop rotation, and permaculture. By promoting biodiversity, reducing chemical inputs, and conserving water, sustainable agriculture not only protects the environment, but also intensifies food security and farmer employment. For example, organic farming avoids synthetic pesticides and fertilizers, leading to healthier soil and ecosystems. By adopting these practices, we can ensure a sustainable food system that meets the needs of present and future generations.
Waste reduction and recycling are critical components of sustainable waste management. This solution involves minimizing waste generation at the source and promoting the reuse and recycling of materials. Initiatives such as composting organic waste, using reusable products, and establishing recycling programs can significantly reduce the amount of waste sent to landfills. Innovative approaches like upcycling transform waste materials into new ones, further contributing to a circular economy. By embracing these practices, communities can reduce pollution, conserve resources, and promote a sustainable lifestyle.
Forestation and afforestation involve planting trees to restore and expand forested areas. These practices play a vital role in carbon sequestration, biodiversity conservation, and soil protection. Reforestation focuses on restoring degraded forests, while afforestation involves creating new forests in areas that were not properly forested. By increasing tree cover, these initiatives help combat climate change by absorbing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Additionally, forests provide habitat for wildlife, support water cycles, and enhance community livelihoods. Through resources like timber and non-timber forest products, investing in reforestation and afforestation is essential for healthier planet.
The environmental solutions discussed offer promising pathways towards a more sustainable future. By embracing these strategies, individuals, communities, and governments can work together to address pressing environmental challenges, ultimately foresting a healthier planet for generations to come. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for being here. My name is Diogo. This is my partner, Gonçalo. Hope you enjoyed the video highlighting important environmental solutions. As a group, we have explored some incredible opportunities to create a more sustainable and resilient future. Renewable energy, sustainable agriculture, waste reduction, and reforestation. The challenges we face might seem overwhelming at times, but today's presentation shows that solutions are within reach. By working together, each of us can contribute to a meaningful change, whether it's choosing renewable energy options, supporting sustainable farming practices, reduce waste in our daily lives, or even planting trees in our communities. Let's take what we've learned today as inspiration to act and make a positive impact. No matter how small the step, change starts with awareness, and together we can build a better planet for ourselves and for future generations. Thank you once again for your attention, your enthusiasm, and your willingness to be part of the solution. Thank you.
This is an open letter for you and me together. Tomorrow's in our hands now. Find the words of mercy out all out. I'll make a better soul how. Looking down from up on the moon, it's a tiny blue marble. Who'd have thought the ground we stand on could be so fragile? This is a love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world, a diamond in the universe. Heaven's poetry to us. Keep it safe, keep it safe, keep it safe. Is this our world? It's not about possessions, money or legend. How many is it my life? When the only real question that matters is still, no matter what perspective. Looking down from up on the moon is a tiny blue marble. In love, off the ground we stand on could be so fragile. This is the love song to the earth. You're no ordinary world, a diamond in the universe. Heaven's poetry to us. Keep it safe, keep it safe, keep it safe. This is our
Afinal. Rafael, do you believe we will be able to save the world?
Well, I'm not sure about that. There are too many obstacles and not too many people willing to change their ways.
Well, we have asked the same question to many people in our school. Let's find out what are their thoughts on this topic.
After the video, Diana Marcelina and Dania Calado, two 11th graders from class ACT, are going to present a documentary, Will We Be Able to Save Planet Earth?
I don't think we are going to be able to protect and save the planet Earth because we already done so much damage that I think that we can not go back unless we change really badly, and I don't think that's possible.
This is a yes or no question, but for me, it's a maybe. If we continue to behave like we don't care, we are not going to save the planet, definitely. But if we change our actions for better, we might be able to save the planet.
Yes, I do. Although it's more complicated than a yes or no question, I believe humanity can come together and implement laws and policies to prevent the world to become worse. Unity does make a difference, and I'm confident that we can save our world.
Yes, we will. However, I believe that we will only be able to do that after a few years, since it will take a lot of time to save the endangered species and for the global temperature to decrease. We all need to gather and raise awareness to help to save our planet.
So planet Earth is our home. We can save it, but we have to change our habits. We can start coming to school with public transports instead of cars. We might be able to save it, but our habits are the things that impact our planet.
Maybe yes, maybe no, because it will depend on the behavior of the society.
So we can save our planet and the environment if we all try as hard as we can. We can, I don't know, like use eco-friendly materials. We can use electric vehicles. We can use some reusable and energy resources like waterfalls and maybe the sunlight. With this, we can make our planet go back to its glory.
No, we won't. It's too late.
Yes, we will, if I change my behavior and you change yours.
Oh yes, it won't be an easy task, but with individual commitment, with a global commitment, I think we'll be able to save our planet.
Of course, yes. I think everything is possible if humanity wants, because we have all that power in us. Each one of us has the power to make a positive change by changing small things in our quotidian, like changing small habits, like recycling, saving water, reducing the consumerism. So I really think that each one of us has a small piece of this great puzzle that is planet Earth to help. So let's play, but play cautiously.
This is our home, the only one we know. But the question remains, will we be able to save it?
We are the first generation to feel the effect of climate change, and the last generation who can do something about it.
Saving our planet is not one person's job. It's everyone's responsibility.
Time is not on our side.
The earth is changing, and so must we.
Our oceans are a vital part of the planet's climate system. They absorb about 30% of the carbon dioxide we produce, but they are under immense stress.
Warming waters, overfishing, and especially plastic pollution are driving a dangerous chain reaction.
Species that depend on the ocean, including ourselves, humans, are at extremely risk of disappearing.
The plastic that ends up in the ocean not only harms marine life, but also breaks down into microplastics that have been found in everything, from the fish we eat to the water we drink.
Now, we will interview Emma Agnelli and Pedro Malato, both marine biologists at Marine Environment Research Association.
In this interview, we will mainly discuss about how our planet, and especially marine wildlife, has been affected by climate changes and pollution over the last years.
What impact does plastic pollution have on marine ecosystems?
Plastic pollution has severe impacts on marine ecosystems through the different food chains and the different organisms that live in our oceans. As plastic can be ingested, plastic over time will reduce in size and will become microplastic. So a lot of different species can inject it and even poison themselves. So there is a risk of toxicity. And bigger pieces of plastic are also at risk of entangling and killing some species, such as sea turtles, dolphins, and whales as well.
So the plastic pollution on the ocean can affect the marine life in a lot of ways. So the first one is that the trash that we throw out in the sea, the animals can actually mistake it for their actual food and end up swallowing it. Then, as the animals make their way across the food chain, a lot of microplastics can be present in a lot of different species. So a lot of fish or shrimp or crabs that we eat, they can have microplastics in them. Also, stuff like nets, for example, the whales, dolphins, turtles can get caught in those nets and then they end up dying because of that. So that's it.
What can be done to reverse the damage to our oceans?
It is very hard to say if we can reverse all of the damage that has been done by our society until now, but something that we can do for sure is reduce the amount of plastic pollution that is emitted every year. That is done by having a better waste management system and ensuring that less plastic ends up in the sea. So that is done by consuming less plastic, which all of you can do immediately, as well as ensuring to always reduce and recycle the plastic used. So while it is hard to maybe reverse, it is still time to change our ways and habits so the marine ecosystems will be more protected for your future.
In conclusion, plastic pollution severely harms marine ecosystems, but hope remains. Through sustainable practices, stricter regulations, and global action, we can reverse the damage and protect our oceans for future generations.
The problem with waste goes beyond just what we see on the streets or in the oceans. It's about how we manage the trash we generate daily. Most of the plastic we produce is single-use, and only a small percentage of it gets recycled.
The rest ends up in landfills, where it can take hundreds of years to break down, or worse, it ends up in our rivers and oceans. Now we'll show you a short video about how easy it is to include recycling in our daily lives and the positive impact it can have.
This video is a simple example of what we should do daily to save our planet. By practicing the 3 R's, recycle to turn waste into new materials, reuse to give items a longer life, and reduce to minimize waste, we can make a significant impact. Small actions like these help create a cleaner, more sustainable world for future generations.
We've seen throughout this documentary how small changes, like recycling, can make a big difference. It's a simple step, but it helps reduce the waste that ends up in our environment, especially in the oceans. Recycling is not just about cutting down on plastic, it's about thinking more sustainably in our daily lives. If each of us does our part, we can significantly reduce the pollution that harms marine life.
The marine biologists we've spoken to emphasize how vital the oceans are for the planet's survival. Oceans provide over half of the oxygen we breathe and regulate our climate. Protecting them means protecting our future.
To truly save the planet, we need to rethink our relationship with nature. Recycling is a crucial first step, but it's also about protecting ecosystems like our oceans, which are essential for life on Earth. The time to act is now.
Are we able to save the world? This was the central question in this documentary, which focused on the issue of ocean pollution. But although the oceans were a big part of it, the documentary also touched on many other critical aspects of environmental damage and what we, as humans, can do to help to reverse it. We're going to take a closer look at those aspects and talk about one key solution: recycling. But recycling alone won't save the planet. It's just one part of a much bigger puzzle.
Recycling is definitely important, but it's not the only thing that matters. The documentary showed how human activities are impacting not just the oceans, but the entire planet. From plastic pollution to deforestation, from the loss of biodiversity to the increase in greenhouse gases, we're seeing a range of environmental crises that are threatening the very systems that sustain life on Earth.
One of the biggest challenges the world is facing right now is climate change. The rising temperatures, extreme weather events, and melting ice caps are direct results of our reliance on fossil fuels and other harmful practices. Plastic, which we see floating in this documentary, doesn't just affect marine life, but also the entire ecosystem, because it breaks down into microplastics and enters the food chain.
And here is where recycling comes in. Recycling can help reduce the amount of waste we produce, especially when it comes to materials like plastic, aluminum, and paper. If we recycle more, we reduce the need for raw materials, and this means fewer trees cut down, less mining, and ultimately lower carbon emissions. It's about rethinking how we consume and discard materials.
However, like this documentary pointed out, recycling is not a solution. While it helps, it won't solve all of our problems. We also need to reduce the amount of waste we produce in the first place. We should aim to use things as much as possible and support products that are designed to last longer and generate less waste. A huge part of this solution is changing the way industries operate. Companies need to design products with environment in mind.
Another critical aspect we can't overlook is energy. The way we generate and use energy is a major factor in environmental destruction. Fossil fuels like oil and gas are the biggest contributors to climate change. And shifting to renewable sources like solar and wind power is essential for reducing our impact on the planet. We all have a role to play here, whether it's supporting cleaner energy policies or reducing our personal energy consumption.
Alongside that, we should also be mindful of water usage and food consumption. Agriculture, especially meat production, is one of the biggest drivers of deforestation and greenhouse gas emissions. By choosing a more plant-based diet or even reducing our meat intake, we can contribute to a more sustainable food system. And, like the documentary showed, the waste we produce doesn't just disappear. A lot of it ends up in places we don't think much about, like our water systems, affecting wildlife and even human health.
Many influential figures have weighed in on whether we can save the planet. For example, David Attenborough, one of the most renowned environmentalists, believes that humanity still has a chance. In his documentary, A Life on Our Planet, he emphasizes that restoring biodiversity is a key to saving the Earth. He urges us to focus on conservation and sustainable living.
Even Jane Goodall, famous for her work with chimpanzees, believes in hope. She says, "What you do makes a difference, and you have to decide what kind of difference you want to make." Jane focuses on the importance of individual and community efforts, from planting trees to supporting wildlife conservation projects.
So, in conclusion, while the documentary began with a question, are we able to save the world? It made it clear that the answer depends on us. It depends on the choices we make every day, whether we recycle, reduce waste, cut down on energy use, or support sustainable products. These actions collectively can help reduce the impact we have on the planet. But, as we've said, recycling alone isn't enough. It's a combination of actions that will give us the best chance of truly saving the world.
We need to rethink how we live, consume, and produce in the way that respects the planet. Only then we can answer that question with confidence. Thank you for listening.
André Pedro, an 11th grader of class ACT, is now going to deliver a speech on environmental solutions.
Are we responsible for the current situation we are living in? What are the consequences of our actions? Is there a way out?
André Pedro is going to answer these questions.
After his speech, 4 students of the project Inclusica are going to sing the song In This together.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is André Pedro, and I'm here to deliver a speech on environment protection. It's no secret that the environment is under pressure, but do you actually know why? One of the reasons is when you're tired of hearing: plastic pollution. Although repetitive, this issue is in the top 4 of things we need to take care of in order to save our world, according to a study published by Earth.org. Loss of biodiversity and water pollution are 2 of many aspects affected by this issue. Animals have also taken quite a hit. According to a 2020 WWF report, the population sizes of mammals, birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians have all decreased at around 68% from 1970 to 2016, which is quite a considerable difference. To end this section off, the number 1 reason why the environment is in this state is global warming from fossil fuels. The overwhelming heat that is present every day is affecting the environment in all ways, from melting glaciers to heat waves that kill people. This is no laughing matter and must be taken with a great sense of responsibility. From these aspects, we can conclude that we are responsible for the current state of the environment. We take what we don't deserve and forget that we aren't the last ones to live here. There is a whole new generation of people who are going to live in this beautiful and unique planet. Our actions have caused significant catastrophes around the world, ones that we can see today. Take the fires of Los Angeles in the USA, for example. Whatever caused the fire wouldn't have been enough to cause that much destruction, but due to various conditions, such as uncontrollable winds and droughts, the wildfires have spread out to most of the south of the LA County, destroying multiple homes in the process. Floods are also a critical issue right now, especially in Europe, seeing recent cases in Germany, Poland, and Spain. Specifically Spain because of its recent case in the city of Valencia last October. Climate change has also taken its toll on Portugal, being more apparent in droughts. As 2024 was the hottest year ever recorded, it's only natural that problems with heat would come up more. We have to understand that not only our future is being compromised, but also our present. It's my belief that small steps create big changes. Tell your friends and encourage them to help us save the world. Because if we don't, who will? First and foremost, recycling is an extremely easy thing to do, but it's not practiced enough. Giving a new purpose to a product goes a long way when a lot of landfills produce significant amounts of CO2 emissions. Buying a bike or walking is also very helpful for unnecessary travels that harm the planet. For when you really need to go somewhere, I recommend public transport, such as buses or trains, to help reduce your carbon footprint. Lastly, since plastic pollution is such a big issue in the environment, I urge you to reuse bags and be mindful of what you buy. The time to act is now. We must do what we can to save the environment. We cannot afford to waste more time. Our home relies on everyone here present. The planet can survive without us, but we can't survive without the planet. Together we stand, alone we fall. Thank you.
Just seem to get longer. How do you get here? There's so much love in us, and only you left in my fate that I can change.
I can't watch this burn, I can't watch this burn to the ground. You'd have drove with on, we'd have drove with on by now. I can hear the whole world singing together. I can hear the whole world is now or never. 'Cause it's now too late if we change our ways, then connect the dots to our problems. I can hear the whole world rallying together, we bring this together. Picking up the pieces, a listing how for beating hearts, and now it's time for healing. The sun will rise, but this time is so bright, and all I my love and my fate that we could change. 'Cause I can't want just lose, like I want just lose what we found. You'd have thought we learned learn, you'd have thought we'd learn by now. I can hear the whole world singing together. I can hear the whole world sing it's now or never. 'Cause it's now too late if we change our ways and connect the dots to our problems. I can hear the whole world sing we're in this together, we're in this together. I can hear the whole world, it's now or never. 'Cause it's now too late if we change our ways and connect the dots to our problems. I can hear the whole world sing we're in this together, we're in this together.
Não, tá bom. Acho... Não, tá fixe. Não. Tá fixe, tá... Não. Sim, tá bom. We are almost coming to the end of our program.
We would like to invite our teacher, Décio Lopes, Paula Couto, and Fátima Lopes to come up on stage.
Não quero este fixo. Não. Então deixe estar este fixo. Não. Ok, graças.
Good afternoon, everybody. It's sad, but it's true. We have come to the end of our program. But before we close it, we would like to thank some of the authorities that are here with us today. We have with us, we would like, first of all, to express our gratitude for the presence of Doutora Ana Ferreira, the head of the Education Department of the City Council of Entroncamento. Please give her a round of applause. Would you please stand up? We would also like to thank the presence of the President of the Parish Council of São João Batista, Mr. Rui Mauricio. Is left? Oh. Okay. We would also like to thank the presence of the Vice President of the Parents Association, the President actually, Doutora Maria João Fernandes. Who is there? Okay. Also, we would like to thank the presence of the President of the Municipal Assembly, Dr. Luís Antunes, who is somewhere. Oh, he's here. And we would also like to express our gratitude for the support and the assistance provided by our head teacher, Doutora Margarida Costa, and by the executive board. And your English is not bad at all. A word of appreciation to all the teachers who are here today. We greatly appreciate your help and the support, okay? Thank you very much. A round of applause to all the teachers who are here with us. And we have noticed that we have lots of parents with us today, okay? So we would also like to say thank you to all the parents who have honored us with your presence. Thank you. A round of applause too. To teachers Paula Couto, Fátima Lopes, Sonia Raposo, and myself, for all the support they gave and that I gave to the students involved in this activity. Thank you very much. We would also like to say thank you to the teacher José Paulo and his audio and recording team. They're standing over there. Thank you very much. And we would also like to express our gratitude to the sound technicians, Mr. Antonio Castelo and Jorge Rabassa. Thank you. A final word of gratitude to all the students who have willingly participated in this event. Without their participation, none of this would have been possible. We would like to thank the following students: our host and hostess, Beatriz and Rafael Soares. Please stand here. Come. Rafael and Brígida. And our distinguished speakers, Jorge Pires, the one and only Jorge Pires, Gil Fradique, and Leonor Belo, Lia Claro, António Costa, I can tell that some are more popular than others. We also like to thank Gonçalo Conchinha, Diogo Rodrigues, Diana Marcelino, Dânia Calado, André Pedro, running out of space. These are our speakers. Your presentations were tremendous, okay? And we all feel very proud of your work. I'm sure your parents feel the same way. Congratulations. It was awesome. Awesome. Okay? Awesome. Okay. Right. But of course, we can't forget the poems. We would like to thank the poets, because they are unique poets, for their inspiring presentations that they have delivered today. So we would like to welcome and to call Diana Neves, Diana Neves, Eva Violante, and Rafaela Marçal. And then we also want to say thank you to Inês Évora, the piano player. It's good when we learn how to play an instrument and then we get to share our talent with everybody. And it was absolutely beautiful, okay? Very good. We would also like to thank Diana Neves, who is already standing, and Leonor Fernandes for the excellent interview. Leonor Fernandes also sang the song, the name of the song? Okay. And also Patricia. Remembering that Leonor Fernandes was also the mother with the baby. Okay. And we would also like to thank the students of the group Inclusica. Where are they? Are they nearby? Have they left? They are downstairs. Okay, so a round of applause to the group Inclusica. And of course, a final word of appreciation to Martim Grilo and Paulo Gil. Já estão aí? Please, come up on stage, the group Inclusica. Come here, please. We'd like to take a photo. Anyone with a mobile phone? Does anyone have a mobile phone? Please. No? Oh. Take a photo, please. Take a photo of this wonderful group of students, talented, and the teachers as well. The teachers. We will, let me go behind. I'm a little bit taller.
Okay, students. All right, let's end the show. But before that, I would like to congratulate you. You have been very brave. It's not easy to do a task like this, so you did your best. Congratulations all. And congratulations all the students that have made part of this project, but didn't have the chance to come up here. Okay, before we finish, I'm going to say just a few words because we have a last video to present you. In just a few words, I would like to remind us all that the Agrupamento de Escolas Cidade do Entroncamento is a cluster of schools that has always been committed with the environmental cause for a long time. Not only have we been part of Eco-Escolas program since day one, as we have also engaged our students in these matters. I would like to remind you that every school has a different color bin to recycle. Let's not forget that our aim as teachers is to lead our students to think, to act, and therefore to build a better tomorrow, no matter their age or level of studies. Just to finish this wonderful afternoon and praise one of those days that we say that is a blessing to be a teacher, I would like to present you a work which was made by 4th grade students a few years ago. These students are now on the 8th grade. This was a team effort that involved a lot of people, including teacher José Paulo Costa, who wrote the music, and the little ones wrote the lyrics of the song. It was also an unforgettable meaning piece of learning that these young kids never forgot, and in certain way reflects that what has happened here today. I believe that when we work together, a lot of good things can happen. My dear students, your generation is making a difference. You are the ones who are going to change this world for the better, because you have no choice except to succeed. Remember, there is no planet B. Thank you very much.
We can save the planet, you and me. We can save the planet, you and me. There is no planet B. There is no planet B. The planet is blue and beautiful. Let's turn off the tap. Take a shower, let's plant a tree. You and me. Reduce, reuse, and recycle. Go to school, bicycle. Don't fill the hair with free, protect the planet, take care of it. We can save the planet, you and me. We can save the planet, you and me. There is no planet B. There is no planet B. Let's take care of our planet. Turn off the lights. Don't set the sun all night. Save the water and recycle. Protect the animals. Don't let them die. Save the barrier reefs. Guide them. We can save the planet, you and me. We can save the planet, you and me. There is no planet B. There is no planet B. We can save the planet, you and me. We can save the planet, you and me. There is no planet B. There is no planet B. There is no planet B. There is no planet B.
Vamos ver os estragos agora.